Hello everyone. Hello, good morning. Good morning, everyone. Yes. Hello, good morning, everyone. My name is Afreen Azmat and I welcome you all to today's session. So, today is actually module B, that is fundamental of economics. We will be start discussing the fundamental of the economics, what is micro, what is macroeconomics, and the different type of economics. This is the lecture 12 of the series. Okay, everyone who have joined the session, every banker, I will request you all to just please like and share the video to the maximum you can. So let's start. I will giving you the overview of the complete chapter, the whole chapter. First of all, what is an economics? First of all, the term what is an economics? Economics means what? So let me explain you economics with a very simple example. For example, I have rupees 1000. For example, I have rupees 1000 and I have to maintain my all expenditures. I have to maintain my all needs and wants for a month in this 1000 rupees. So obviously I have unlimited wants in a month. I have to pay rent, electricity, travel, saving, somewhat I want to go a movie. I want to spend on the foods also, luxuries, necessities. So there are infinite, or you can say unlimited wants of mine. But the money which has been given to me is actually very limited, is actually only rupees 1000. So first thing which I have to do in this 1000 rupees, I have to distribute this 1000 rupees according to my needs and wants. Means in which area I have to spend more. For example, I have to spend more on rent, I have to pay more rent. Then, so I have to allocate my limited money into different needs and wants. And then finally, I am spending my amount. So the whole process from here to distribution and finally to spend this amount, the complete process is known as the economics. Now, this is just an example. If I have explained, if I will give you the actual definition of the economics, economics says that in an economy, in a nation, the resources are limited in nature. Resources means anything which actually fulfills your need and want. For example, I'm feeling hungry, I eat food. Food is a resource. For example, I am feeling hot, I open the AC. So this is a resource. Anything, AC, food, anything which actually fulfills your need and want is actually a resource for you all. So in our nation, economics says that in our nation there are limited resources, but but the needs and wants of individual are actually unlimited. Wants are unlimited, but the resources are limited. So economics says that allocation of this limited resource, of scarce resource of economy, in such an efficient way that it fulfills the need and want of individual as well as the need and want of whole society, then it is known as economics. Then it is known as what? Economics. So economics, the term economy is actually derived from a Greek word which is known as oikonomia, which means the household. Okay, so household management, whatever the limited resources you have to utilize this limited resources in such an efficient manner that it fulfill the needs and wants of individual as well as the complete society. Then it is known as economics. Okay, for example, in this example, the limited resources is 1000 rupees. I'm distributing it to manage my unlimited wants. The complete process is known as the economics. And when we talk about the father of economics, who is considered as the father of economics? Father of economics is considered as Adam Smith, because Adam Smith contributed most in the economics. And Adam Smith has wrote a book which known as the Wealth of Nation. In this book, Adam Smith defines the economics, and by this book, Adam Smith is considered as the father of economics. Clear? Now, economics is actually distributed into two parts. When we talk about the economics, economics is actually distributed into two parts. Now, what are the two parts of economics? So, In year 1933, there was an economist which was known as Ragnar Frisch. So Ragnar Frisch was the first person who actually distributed the economics into two parts, who actually tells us that economics can be studied in two parts. First is known as microeconomics and another is known as macroeconomics. Now, what is a microeconomics? And what is macroeconomics? So, whenever we are talking about micro and macro, see, these words are English. Micro means what? Small. Macro means what? Large. So, micro and macroeconomics, what? For example, if we're talking about, for example, this class, if we're talking about this class, now in reference to this class, I am giving a statement that, okay, in this class, I am obtaining the information of each and every banker individually. What are your interests, in which bank you are working, what is your name, etc., etc. I am receiving the information of each and individual bankers. Then it is related to the microeconomics. Now, if I talk about whole class as a whole, as an aggregate, as in sum, then it is the macroeconomics. In actual definition, the approach is actually taken in the nation's approach, according to the nation. If according to the nation, if we're talking about the individual unit can be individual person, um, can be individual person, can be individual unit, individual, anything individually. In the whole nation, if we're talking about the individual unit, then it is known as microeconomics. Means microeconomics is always related with the individual unit. But if we talk about the nation as a whole, if we deal in for the nation as a whole, as in sum, as an aggregate, then it is known as what? Then it is known as macroeconomics. For example, I am saying that I'm talking about the national income. I'm talking about the total export, total import. I'm talking that what is the condition of India right now. India is in inflation or deflation, or India is in depression, anything. In all these things, in depression, in inflation, in total import and export, in budget, in these national income, these are all that topic in which nation is taken as a whole, nation is taken as a sum, and that's why it is the macroeconomics. That's why it is what? It is the macroeconomics. When when we talk about the individual, when we talk about the individual unit, for example, of one person, I'm talking about the individual income, then it is microeconomics. Individual, micro, whole, sum, that is macroeconomics. Next difference between micro and macroeconomics is microeconomics, you will find price is the major determinant. It means what? That whatever we will study in the microeconomics, it directly and indirectly relates with the prices. And that's why price is the major determinant of microeconomics. And sometimes microeconomics is also known as the price theory. Sometimes microeconomics is also known as what? Price theory. But when we talk about the macroeconomics, when we are talking about the macroeconomics is directly or indirectly related with the income. And that's why income is considered as the major determinant of macroeconomics. And if we talk about the macroeconomics, sometimes macroeconomics is also known as income theory. Okay. If we talk about microeconomics, individual demand and individual supply, it is a part of macro, aggregate demand and aggregate supply, it is the part of macroeconomics. Lastly, if we talk about microeconomics, the father of microeconomics is Adam Smith. If we talk about macroeconomics, the father of macroeconomics is John Maynard Keynes, yani J.M. Keynes. Means if we talk about the whole economics, the father of whole economics is Adam Smith. Adam Smith had wrote a book which is known as Wealth of Nation in year 1776. Then later in year 1933, Ragnar Frisch was the economist who actually coined this term for the very first time, micro and macro. Now, who introduces this term? So, Ragnar Frisch introduces this term. Now, father of microeconomics, Adam Smith. Father of macroeconomics is John Maynard Keynes. Clear? Done? Yes or no? Cool. Next. Now, if we talk about the central problems of economics. Now, in economics, there are three central problems of economics. In economics, there are three central problems. Okay. Now, these three central problems are written here. First of all, the first is what to produce. First central problem is what to produce. What to produce means because we have limited resources, we don't have unlimited resources, we have only limited resources. So, these resources can be utilized, for example, for producing more of agriculture goods or more of industrial product, for example. This is the problem that we are dealing with because we have limited resources. So whether to produce more of agriculture or more of industrial, or next, whether to produce more of luxury or more of necessities product. Okay, whether to expend more on education or more of health. So these are the choices which we have to make. Why? Because we have limited resources. So the first problem of the economics is what to produce. What to produce means you have to choose between different options. Why? Because we have only limited resources. So limited resources can be utilized whether to produce more of agriculture or more of industrial, more of luxury or more of necessity, more of education or more of health. So these are the choices that you have to make, and that is the very first problem of economics, that very first central problem of economics, that is what to produce. Second is how to produce. Second is how to produce. Means if you have decided, okay, this will be this will be this will be this will be this. If you have decided, then the second problem arises. That says that how this can be produced. Means whether to use capital intensive technique or whether to use the labor intensive technique. In capital intensive technique, more of machinery is utilized. In labor intensive technique, more of labor is utilized. Both have its pros as well as cons. So the second problem of the economics says that how to produce. The choices of the technique of the production is actually dealt in the second problem of economics, how to produce. It means whether to use a capital intensive technique or whether to use the labor intensive technique. Now, the third problem of economics says that for whom to produce. For whom to produce, it means that whether to produce more of the goods that is for the higher society or for medium or for the lower section of the economy. This is for whom to produce, means for which age. For example, whether to produce for product more for teenage or for more for adults, whether to have more of girls or more of women, whether to produce more of men product or more of women product. So this is the third problem of the economics. So there are three central problem of the economics. First says that what to produce. Okay, second says that how to produce. And third says that for whom to produce. Clear? Done? Now, next. Now there are three type of economics. Now there are three type of economics. First is known as socialist economy, second is known as capitalist economy, and third is known as mixed economy. So, socialist economy is a place where domination is actually by the government. The resources, the major resources are in the hand of the government. The government actually dominates the whole resources as well as the society. That is known as socialist economy. Capitalist says that what is capitalist economy? Capitalist economy are those economy in which the resources are more in the hand of the private sector. Means private sector dominates the economy. That is known as capitalist economy. Mixed economy means any economy which has no domination. Any economy in which the government are making rule and the private sector is following that rule, no one is in the domination, then it is known as mixed economy. Socialist economy means any economy which is the domination of the government. Okay, means the resources are majorly in the hand of the government. Capitalist economy, the domination are majorly in the hand of the private sector. Mixed economy, there is actually no domination. Now, second, socialist economy says that because the domination is in the hand of the government, the major objective is the public welfare. In the capitalist, because the domination is in the hand of the private sector, the major objective is profit. And here you will find both. In socialist economy, the domination because is in the hand of the government actually restrict the prices. Prices are not freely determined, they are actually restricted by the government. Whereas in capitalist economy, if we talk about, there is a price mechanism. Price mechanism means when the prices of goods are freely dependent upon demand and supply. Because see, the major objective is to earn profit. And how a corporate or a business earn profit? When the prices of goods are determined by the demand and supply. And that is the price mechanism. And in mixed economies, again, you will find both. There are both the things, price restriction as well as mechanism. Next, socialist economy is also known as centrally planned economy. It is also known as capitalist, is also known as laissez-faire. Laissez-faire means non-interference. Laissez-faire means non-interference. Non-interference means it is used for those economies where the intervention of the government is very less. And because the intervention of the government is less, so obviously the intervention of the private sector is more, then it is known as capitalist economy. Mixed economy is also known as Nehruvian economy. When we talk about socialist economy, North Korea and Russia is a part of socialist economy. Capitalist, South Korea, USA, and India is a mixed economy. Clear? Done. So this is the complete overview of the chapter. Let's start with the practice questions. Very easy. First question: Adam Smith defined economics as a. Adam Smith defines economy as a. Adam Smith. You all know that Adam Smith had written the book which is known as Wealth of Nation. Adam Smith has written the book and the book name was Wealth of Nation and the book was written in year 1776. The book has been written in year 1776. And so the study of the wealth, this is what the Adam Smith defined economics as. Okay, next. Macroeconomics deals with GDP, price indices, unemployment rate, or all of the above. Macroeconomics deals with macroeconomics. Again, so GDP is a part of macroeconomics, obviously price indices and unemployment rate. These all things are the part of macroeconomics because in macroeconomics, we are dealing with the nation as a whole. Okay, next. Next is who is considered the founder of the modern economics. So modern economics has been found by. Modern economics has been found by whom? Who is considered as the father of modern economics? Modern economics. Obviously, modern economics is again Adam Smith. Okay. Next. Microeconomics is considered with the behavior of GDP, economy as a whole, individual entities, or none of the above. Very easy. Very easy. Microeconomics is considered with behavior of, because it deals with the individual units. So obviously, individual entities is the correct answer. These are the part of macroeconomics in where the economy is dealt as an aggregate one. Okay. Next question. Ends refers to what? What is ends means? Demand, utility, resources, or want? Ends means want. Ends means what? Ends means want. Always remember, end is wants. Okay. Lastly, laissez-faire is the extreme case of market, extreme case of command, extreme case of mixed, or none of the above. Laissez-faire, laissez-faire, everyone. Laissez-faire. Obviously, laissez-faire is the extreme case of capitalist economy, means market economy. Okay, so A is the correct answer. So this is the complete chapter. I hope that you have enjoyed this overview of the chapter. Okay, kindly like and share the video if you haven't done it yet, and if you haven't subscribed the channel yet, guys, please subscribe the channel and press the bell notification icon. Thank you so much, guys. Then meet you in the next class. Thank you so much. Take care, everyone. Bye bye, guys. Take care. Bye, everyone.